Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we will be talking about the new Sonos Era 300. So grab a cup of coffee and let's get started. Now let's talk about the specifications. Now the Sonos Era 300, it comes with 6 Class D amplifiers which are connected to 4 tweeters and 2 woofers. Now the woofers are on the sides and 3 of the tweeters are angled. So one is at the top and 2 of them here and one right here in the center. So projecting outwards. Then we have Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.3, a USB Type-C, a dedicated microphone switch to cut off the microphone physically. There are 4 microphones at the top, capacitive buttons, and a button for voice control. Let's talk about the design and build quality. This weighs somewhere around 4.5 kgs, and these are very decent weighty speakers, so no complaint there. It does look a little flashy, and you can't say that it's minimalist anymore. I would say they're probably going for a Nordic minimalist fusion over here. So I mean, they do look good, no doubt about it, but you can't place these speakers anywhere you want to. These are not bookshelf speakers. Since they have tweeters at the top and the woofers on the sides, this has to be in a space where the entire sound can be allowed to flow in the room. So you can't put them in a bookshelf or something obstructing at the top. These need to be either on a stand or somewhere on a table where the sound can flow through. So in the design and build quality, I would give it an 8 on 10 because the way they've designed this product, it can't be placed anywhere. So I'm taking away the 2 points for that. To my taste, this is not minimalist, especially coming from the Sonos 5s. The 5s do look minimalist. This, on the other hand, gets a little flashy. I've grown used to it, to be honest, but to each their own. Next, let's talk about connectivity. Now, in the connectivity department, this has Wi-Fi 6. Along with that, you have AirPlay 2. Then it has Bluetooth as well as a dedicated Bluetooth pairing button. And if you want to connect, let's say a 3.5 then you need an adapter Type-C to 3.5 and you can connect it through that. So in the connectivity department, it's basically a 10 on 10. So no complaints there. As well as Amazon Alexa, the Sonos voice control. Google isn't there because of their ongoing lawsuit. So you do have those options. Now let's talk about sound quality. And as always, I'm gonna divide this into bass, mids, and trebs. With the bass, you can expect it to go as low as 45-50 hertz. Below that, it's not audible. And if you look at the frequency response curve, that will tell you as well. Goes a little bit high, somewhere around 50 to 60 hertz, and then becomes linear. Now, these speakers are more linear than the Sonos 5, but not as loud. Mids are also linear, they're neutral, and unlike the Sonos 5s, the treb rolls off. They're not very bright. If you want warmer sounds, not very bright speakers, then these do exactly that. These graphs that I'm showing you, these are basically without the auto true play. Now, if you put in true play, then the trebs bump up a little and you get a brighter sound. So if you're looking for that brightness, then turn on the auto true play. Now, the auto true play is something that they had on the Sonos Move, and it's come on to the Era 300 as well. So that's a big step up for the room correction. Since we're talking about the audio quality, we do have to talk about the biggest feature that it has: spatial audio. First of all, your track has to support it. Second, the transmission that you're doing, that has to be compatible with Dolby Atmos or spatial music. So you're looking at limited content as well as only using AirPlay in order to play that content. I think there are a lot of constraints over here. In my testing, I did not find the entire spatial audio experience to be that exciting. So it does fill up a room, no doubt about it. These are good sounding speakers. But in my case, I wasn't too fond of the spatial audio feature. Having said that, these speakers do a good job at replicating a neutral sound. The bass is also punchy. The soundstage is quite wide, especially given how these speakers are set up. You have the tweeter in the middle, the two woofers on the side. So the separation between the bass, mids, and the highs is honestly very good. So you can't complain in terms of separation and the soundstage. And if you look at the trebs, they do roll off. So if you're in the market to, not so bright speakers or maybe a rolled off high, then you can go for these. In the sound quality department, I would give these a 7 on 10. The reason I'm giving 7 is because there are better products within Sonos that offer better sound. These are also limited in terms of what content you're playing. So there are way too many restrictions in order to fully utilize what these speakers are capable of. And that's where I stand. Now, let's talk about my personal experience with these speakers connected to a TV via Bluetooth has been horrendous. It drops off connections very easily. And my TV is also Bluetooth 5.3 capable. It's an LG C4. And my TV honestly has never had problems with Bluetooth with any accessory, but it only has problems with the Sonos. So if you're thinking about using them with your TV in Bluetooth mode, do not do it. So these speakers are only for people who want to listen to music in their living room and want to have maybe a surrounding sound. So you can do that with two of these speakers separated at a distance of, let's say, 5 to 6 meters within walls that are enclosed. So if you have a space which is let's say open, like I do over here, the sound will essentially leak into it, and honestly, it's not that great of an experience. So you need to have walls to the left and right as well as the top to really enjoy these speakers. Again, coming back, there are a lot of restrictions to using these speakers correctly. So my personal experience hasn't been that great, to be honest. Coming on to three things that I like about these speakers. First thing is connectivity. It has everything that you need in a speaker. Second thing is ease of use. I mean, if you're looking at AirPlay or Bluetooth, they never disappoint. They always connect. And the third thing is they do look good on a stand. So I have a stand with these. Initially, I didn't really like them, but over time, I did enjoy the look of it. They're not the usual look of speakers. So I would say the looks. Three things that I dislike about these speakers. So the first thing is the entire Dolby Atmos or the spatial audio experience. I did not like it. Like, I had to be really particular about placement with these speakers in order to enjoy. And given that there isn't much content in the first place, so I had to go through whatever content I'm playing, whether this is Dolby Atmos or spatial audio compatible. To me, that wasn't an experience that I would want to have for myself. Dislike about these speakers is their Bluetooth connectivity to TVs. And I've tried this with multiple TVs. I've tried this with TCL, LG C1, LG C4, Sony, and everywhere 5 minutes into a movie and it drops off. Since it has Bluetooth, and I thought we can place stereo content at least on it. But that's really not the case. You cannot do that. If anything, you can only use them with a Sonos Arc, and you can use these as sides, and that's about it. The third thing that I dislike about these speakers is the placement. So you have to be very particular about placing these speakers. Essentially, you'll have to place them either on a stand or on a table with no obstruction from left or right or the top. These do occupy a lot of space, and these are not placement friendly speakers at all. My verdict for these speakers: should you avoid them, consider them, shortlist them, or just buy them? Now, in my personal opinion, you should consider them. I mean, there are a lot of constraints to using these speakers the correct way, and there is a correct way for these. If you think that you need speakers that support Dolby Atmos content or spatial audio content, and you want all of these features, as well as you think you have the space for it, or the correct the room design for this as well, then these speakers you can consider.